We'll be looking at climate-friendly innovations in a number of industries. Before we get started, here is a brief look at what we have coming up. Crops that feed, fertilize and produce energy. Our first report comes from Egypt, where people are looking into cutting imports of animal feed.
Azolla is an invasive plant. On the surface of it, that's hardly a good thing. But besides growing extremely quickly, Azolla contains a lot of protein, which makes it ideal animal fodder. Yet it hasn't caught on as a feed crop so far. Abdaltawab only discovered the plant by chance on YouTube, while looking for cheaper ways of feeding his household animals.
If we use the Azolla to feed cattle, we can save an average of 60 to 70% of the feed costs. For poultry, you can save an average of 40 to 60% based on the bird type.
7 years ago, Abdaltawab began studying and then planting Azolla to feed his domestic livestock with it. And soon after, he started selling it to others. His mother took a bit more convincing.
When Mohammed first got customers, I used to laugh at them and said to myself that the world is full of weird, crazy people. Then I started trying the plant with my poultry, and honestly, I found great results.
Mohammed has since decided to become a full-time Azolla farmer and pioneer. He grows the plants in several large tanks with a total area of 300 square meters.
I started about 7 years ago with a very small farm. Now we have a number of Azolla nurseries. And we've spread the idea around Egypt, helping to grow the plant on 350 acres.
Most Egyptian farmers, like Abdullah Ali, feed their animals on grain and soy. But the country now imports about half of its grain and 90% of its soy. And the war in Ukraine has also further pushed up prices, putting pressure on many farmers.
300 kilos used to cost us almost nothing, but now they cost a lot. Today's price is 1,500 to 1,800 euros. But my income hasn't increased, so I don't make a profit.
Azolla is much cheaper, and growing it is simple if there's water nearby. All you need then is sun and sometimes some phosphorus to act as a fertilizer. The aquatic fern was long cultivated elsewhere, for example in Peru or in rice farms in China. But the technique has largely died out. Abdaltawab is using modern means to spread the word in Egypt.
At first, people were wary and I didn't know what to do with my harvest. Then I started using social media. I uploaded videos on my channel showing the Azolla plant and poultry eating it. That gained attention and people came to see it for themselves. I showed them the plant and the chickens. Then people started to accept the idea.
His tanks produce some 600 kilos each day, and he has plenty of customers. Experts say that the plant can also play an important role in the environment. It can purify water and provide its own nutrients.
A type of blue-green algae grows with the Azolla plant. It absorbs nitrogen from the air and transforms it into organic nitrogen that feeds the plant. It also has anthocyanins that work as antioxidants, and it's a source of vitamin A which increases the plant's nutritional value.
Azolla has also caught the eye of Egyptian agricultural researchers. These university graduates are producing powdered Azolla feed and hope the plant can help farmers to become more independent in other ways.
We want to have a social, an environmental and an economic impact. I teach farmers within fertile land and water with relatively high salinity levels how to grow the Azolla plant. I'll buy their harvest from them and they'll have a decent source of income.
When the test phase is over, the young scientists want to get their product approved by the Egyptian authorities. In the meantime, Abdaltawab has found another application for surplus Azolla. It worked well as an organic fertilizer.